There are all kinds of great ways to start this game, and the best is through a download code. Now, there's lots of them out there. Just about every creator has one. Mine's the best. Not biased. It really is. Through my code, you will get a legendary hero and 3 epic heroes, and not just any. You will get really, really good ones. So make sure if you're just starting out or considering starting raid, you check out the tutorial that will be at the very end of this video. That's going to show you how to use that code to get 6 heroes right out of the gate, 3 legendary and 3 epic, using my code and getting the best start in Raid Shadow Legends. So don't miss out, especially in the middle of these events, in the middle of this collaboration. You want to make sure you got the best start to raid. So check that out at the end of the video. But now let's talk a little bit about the dragon. Right now, there is a dragon tournament going on for the fusion event. The more gear you farm in the tournament, the more points you get. You can go all the way up and get your pupper. But let's talk about the dragon's lair and what it takes to beat this guy and why you should farm it and why you would want to farm it. So the best reason to farm in the dragon's lair is, first of all, the gear is sick. There's accuracy set, which gives you 40% boost to your accuracy from a 2-piece set, and you can layer it. And early game accuracy is not the easiest thing to build, but it's very important. You want to have a good chunk of accuracy to make sure you stick your debuffs. And though you will replace it later game with some other sets, early on it is so important. And then there's speed set. Speed set is eternal. There's never a world where you will not be happy to have speed set, and during the tournament, it's a 2x chance to drop speed set, so you'll get even more speed set. It is a PvP game, and that means speed is king, and Dragon's Lair is where you will farm your speed sets. And there's also some really good sets like Lifesteal, which is great early and mid game. Having that self-sustain carries you through so much PvE. Having good lifesteal set is huge. And then there are some niche sets like Destroy set, which lowers the enemy's HP, and Toxic, and some other nice ones like Stalwart. These are ones that are a little bit more late game or niche for certain things, but it's good to have a good pile of these as well. So let's talk about the Dragon's Lair. Now, each layer has its own difficulty, now each stage has its own difficulty. As you go up, the boss gets harder and harder. You want to pay attention to the affinities of the boss. Make sure you're taking in elements that are decent against the affinities of the boss, and Void is neutral. You can take anything into that. Let's jump into one of these fights and go over the boss guide. Okay, so I'm gonna click this boss guide over here on the right. People forget this is here, but this boss guide's huge. So let's take a look and see what Hellraiser the Dragon is all about. So Hellraiser's first attack is called Swipe, and Swipe is an AoE attack, hits your whole team. It's an attack scaling attack. It decreases your attack for 2 turns. A 50% attack decrease. Cuts your attack in half. That's going to be a real problem for doing a good chunk of damage, and you'll see why doing damage is important. He also has a Wall of Fire attack. This attacks all enemies, puts 2 poisons, and places a 25% weaken debuff. Now, what a weaken debuff does is it reduces the damage you do. So not only is your attack cut in half, but your damage is reduced by 25% as well. Yikes, you're not going to be doing a lot of damage with these 2 debuffs on you, and the poison, that starts to hurt you as well. So you want to take a cleanser or 2 on your team to keep these debuffs off you. It's very important you have ways to get rid of these debuffs so you can do damage, because at a certain point in time, Hellraiser will inhale. He'll rear up on his haunches, take a deep breath, and it'll fully deplete his turn meter when he does this. So you got the entire run of his turn meter to take this purple bar, right? When he rears up, he'll get a little purple bar, and you've got to drop that purple bar all the way down. And if his turn meter fills up before you have dropped that purple bar down, he will unleash Scorch. Scorch is his super secret skill, and this thing is brutal. It'll attack your whole team. It will stun everybody on your team. Unless you're lucky enough to resist it, it'll stun you, and while you're stunned, you can't fight back. And then he'll go back and start doing his other attacks while you're sitting there stunned. It's hard to survive it. You can maybe take it once, but taking this too many times to the face, you're not going to be able to progress through the fight. And the damage dealt is based on max HP. So you want to be able to cleanse these debuffs that make you hit less hard, so that when he inhales, you'll be able to drop that purple bar so that Scorch doesn't happen. Because if you get rid of that special bar, he won't use the Scorch skill. Also, he's got a passive where he's immune to speed debuff and turn meter reduction. So unlike Fire Knight, taking people that are going to reduce his turn meter or slow him down is useless to you. And he is also immune to stun, freeze, sleep, provoke, block, sleep, fear, true fear, petrification, berserk, sleep, sheep. Basically anything that would stop him from taking turns, he is immune to. Also, damage from skills that scale based on the enemy HP can like speed 10%, you know, because that would be broken as hell. And that's it. You can't do more than 10% of his HP bar in a single hit on these scaling skills. So, not to mention, there's also some waves. You got to fight through 2 waves of mobs to get to the dragon. And I'll be honest with you, I find it's harder to fight the mobs on the way to Hellraiser than fighting Hellraiser itself, because what you're probably going to want to use against Hellraiser are debuffs. Look how heavily debuffed this is. You're going to be looking for burns, your HP burn. You're going to be looking for poisons. You're going to be looking to extend the poison. You're going to be looking for bombs. Anything you can do to drop that purple bar quickly when he takes a turn and not have to worry so much about your straight up damage. You also want a defense breaker so that your damage units will be able to punch through Hellraiser and do more damage to that purple bar. And like I said, you're going to want a couple of cleansers. So when you go into this filter tab, you want to make sure you're looking for units that throw debuffs, like poison, like big poison, like HP burn, and bombs is another good one. All of these are really good for doing tick damage to Hellraiser, and that tick damage adds up significantly. An attack down on Hellraiser is also nice to reduce the amount of incoming damage, so you can look for that, and of course defense break. Now remember not to worry about slow. He's immune to it. Most of these debuffs he's immune to, so it's really just this first row up to the boot. These are the things you're looking for. You want to try to have these on your team. And you also want to look for units that will cleanse and remove debuffs. So look for your positive buff effects, and look for healers, and look for remove debuffs. These are your cleansers. Good options for you when you're just starting out, especially if you use my promo code. You're going to be able to probably get Rector Drath early on. Use my promo code, you're going to get Ugo. Ugo's got that defense break and some cleanses and some healing. Very good. As for your debuffers, units like Eleneral, like Toragi for poisons. I'm going to use the Rat Man himself, Nishnak. Nishnak's really, really good for this. And then you need some AoE damage dealers to burst through the front row mobs. I'm also taking Geomancer. He's questionable here because Geomancer, he does HP burn, but that's about it. You can't reset. In fact, let's try this without Geomancer. I'm just gonna put Preva in the front. She'll be my cleanser and healer. I've got Geomancer for some AoE. I'm gonna try a second Cold Heart. I'm worried this might not be the way, but it feels like it might help me burst down this dragon pretty fast. We'll give it a try and see. So at the start of the fight, you got to go through the first wave of mobs. And like I said, these guys are, in my opinion, the hardest part about the fight. So we're going to be chewing through them. Tholen Foulbeard's my AoE damage dealer. Any good AoE damage dealer that will help you chew through the mobs is important, but really I'm mostly relying on my Nishak's bombs to take these guys out. Hopefully they don't kill off my Cold Hearts. My Cold Hearts are not very strong. You can tell by their HP bar, they don't have a lot of juice behind them. We'll just let this fight go until we get to the dragon and see how we handle the dragon's fight itself. All right, nice. We made it all the way through and the Cold Heart stayed alive. So Preva's going to give the defense buff and the speed buff to my team. We're going to start stacking some bombs and poisons on Hellraiser, doing some good damage. Cold Heart hits so hard with that damage based on HP, so that takes down a lot of HP. We get some smacks in from Tholen, not bad. Another hard hit, and here we go. This is the phase I was talking about. See that little purple bar? We've got to get rid of that purple bar. Nice thing about poisons is as soon as he takes a turn, the poisons would proc and drop that purple bar, but we are hitting so darn hard already with the double cold heart that it's not even a problem for us. Let's go. More hits. Hellraiser's about ready to do his big swipe attack here, I believe. Okay, no, he breathes fire. This is the poison and the weakness buffs. But we've got Preva on the team. She'll be able to cleanse those somewhat and transfer them. We're getting ready to rear up again. An inhale is on its way. We're about 50% on that turn meter bar. Oh my God, he's not even going to make it. He is not even going to make it. The debuffs were too strong. The double cold heart was too strong. Why haven't I done this before? This is much slower with Geomancer. I love it. Cold heart OP. Okay, guys, there you go. And you see there is our speed boots, and we got some tourney points as well for getting the speed boots. It was only a okay, it was a 3-minute run. It wasn't the fastest run in the world, but it wasn't my slowest either. Not bad for stage 25. I'm going to try some harder levels, but hopefully this helps give you guys some vision into what you need to do. Damage based on the target's HP is huge, even though it's limited to 10%. That'll help you chew through that purple bar. And poisons, bombs, all that kind of stuff is huge. And then protecting yourself from damage. Speed buff, huge to cycle a team. Healers and cleansers, huge to keep you alive and keep the poisons off of you. Attack break to slow down the damage from the dragon. Defense break. Look for these kind of buffs and debuffs, and you should be able to build a dragon stomping team and climb through this tournament with the best of them. Hopefully this helps you out. If you have any questions, ask them in the comments section. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And when you are ready to get started in Raid Shadow Legends, use my promo code and follow these instructions. Make sure you click on the link in the description of this video to support me and my channel, or you can scan that QR code. That works just as well. If you do this, you will get a crazy powerful start with 3 free heroes. You'll start out with the legendary hero Karato, a serious damage dealing hero. This guy drops some nukes. He is fantastic into Fire Knight. He will help carry you through some dungeons, and my God, does he drop some ungodly damage. And when you get to rank 15, at level 15, you will pick up the epic hero Ugo. Ugo is such a strong unit that many people build multiples of her. She's widely regarded as a legendary hero in epic heroes clothing. She's got defense breaks. She can bring your whole party back to life. She can heal your team. Stupid strong unit to have on your team, and you get her for free at level 15. But that's not all. Once you hit level 30, you will get onto your team Lady Annabelle, who is like having a walking, talking lifesteal set for your team right there with you. Her attacks heal your team based on the damage she's done. She can place Revive on Death on your units, and her passive heals her every time one of your teammates or an enemy's teammate dies. It is a crazy passive and a crazy unit to have on your team. And on top of all of that, make sure you go over to the promo code section. And in the promo code section, you can enter one of the many promo codes listed in the description of this video. That way, you will start out the game with 2 legendary heroes, and you will pick up 2 additional epic heroes by level 30. That's 4 free god tier units right at the start of the game. It is the perfect time to start Raid Shadow Legends. But what if you already started? What if you've played in the past? Well, what if you want to make an alt with this insane start? Or what if you want to, I don't know, maybe you downloaded it but never really played it. Now you want to give it an honest shot, but you haven't installed your computer. It's okay. It's okay. This is what you need to do. First, you're going to want to fire up your Plarium account, and then you're going to log out and uninstall the program. Once uninstalled, you're going to click the link in the description of this video on my YouTube channel, or scan that QR code. Once you do that, it's going to take you to a site where you can download Raid. You're going to register using a brand new email and then launch Raid. Complete the tutorial, and once you're in, you're in. Karato will be waiting right there in your inbox. Now it's time to get raiding. Grind up a little bit and get to level 10. It'll only take a few minutes, and once you get to rank 10, the insane hero Tagore will be in your inbox. Now, level 10 will be over in the blink of an eye, so it's back to the grind with these 2 insane heroes. Now, once you hit level 20, bam, right there in your inbox, you will have the absolutely broken epic hero Ugo. Now we've got a little bit of work to do. It may take a little bit of grinding, but as soon as you hit level 30, right there will be Lady Annabelle to round out your account. That's 2 legendary heroes, Karato and the promo code, and 3 epic heroes, Tagore, Ugo, and Lady Annabelle, to support your team. Fantastic start for Raid. You're going to be so far ahead of other people who didn't use this code. So click on that link right now. Support my channel, support yourself with the best start in Raid. No better time than right now. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, ask them in the comment section. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and you guys have a great rest of your day. Take care, Raiders.